Hello, this is Homeschool Chat with Katie, Coffee Talk. And today's break time we are going to color. So go get your favorite color book and let's have a chat. So today I am continuing on with my picture of a vineyard. And I'll show you when I get all done. One of the things that's nice about this break time is how much a break restores you. Gives you your second wind. So I was thinking about what to talk to you about today, and I have some stories to share. I have some animal stories. So if you've been watching my show, you know that I grew up on a farm. And when you grow up on the farm, you end up with some animal stories. So if you live on a farm, I'm sure you have really interesting animal stories. And you know what? I would like to hear about some of them if you would like to share. So one of the stories that I have is about a cow that we owned. She was a Hereford Jersey mix. And she was very smart. We didn't realize how smart she was until one day my mom was sitting in the living room. She had a chair. Everybody, I think, in their house has a chair that they like to sit in. Well, my mom had a chair. And it was right by a window, and I think she chose that chair partly because of the lighting and everything. And one of the things that she really liked is in the morning the sun would come in just perfectly in through that one window. So I think it was in the morning. She's taking her coffee break, and I think she was talking to me or my sister, and all of a sudden because I was kind of there, she gets up and she kind of yells, which isn't like my mom at all. And there's this, and I also didn't realize how big our cow was, giant head right in the window, and it was looking at her, and it was Marta, our cow. Anyway, when my mom squealed, she kind of screamed. She turned around, this cow did. She's outside, right? So she's looking in the window. She sees mom. She turns around. She kicks her back legs out, and then she runs back to her corral. So then, of course, my sister and I and my mom went out there because obviously, the cow was out. She was in our yard. And we're looking and we think, oh, the gate's open. And I remember, it wasn't me, but somebody said, do you suppose that she opened the gate? And we didn't think anything of it because, she's not a monkey. She doesn't have digits that do anything. So we thought, it was just one of those things where the gate was open. So then it wasn't a week later, she does it again. And she would go back to her corral. That was the funniest part. But we caught her, I think, the third or the fourth time we realized she really was opening the gate. So, um, and it's funny to me that this cow had a sense of humor, and it was playing a joke on my mom every single time. Another story that I have is from a dog that we used to have when I was little. Like, I think that they got her when I was born, and then she passed away from old age when I was 11. But the dog that we had was a German Shepherd, and German Shepherds are really smart too. She was a very, very, very good dog. And in fact, so we moved from town into to the farm when I was 4, and of course our dog Heidi came with us. And this dog she reminds me a lot of Nana from Peter Pan. She was such a good dog. If I were going for a walk, she would walk with me. If when I got old enough to kind of go for a walk by myself, when I was younger, of course, mom didn't want me to walk by myself, like go for a walk, not walk by myself. You know what I mean? She told me to take Heidi with me. And while I was on my walk, some stranger was on the same road. And being a German Shepherd, she growled at the guy, and he stayed his distance. So mom was right. She did protect me. She was a very, very good dog. When I was little, when we lived in town, my siblings and my mom told me that when I cried, because they got the dog when I was born, right? Or I was a newborn baby. Anyway, that when I cried, that Heidi would cry also. And then when we moved to the farm, I discovered this, and of course I'm a kid, and entertainment is fun. So I kind of learned how to whine like she did when she was on this. I would whine like the dog, and I would do that every once in a while, and she would be sad with me. So, very good dog. One time when my mom went into town to get groceries, and it must have been a really long day that we were away from the farm. When we came back, Heidi was super glad to see us. You know how dogs get wiggly all over. She was just wiggly all over. And you can believe it or not, but I'll tell you, she actually said mom. So dogs' mouths are not designed like human mouths. They can't really talk, right? Because they just don't have the same, it's just not the same in their mouth. But she made this sound, and she was trying to say mom, and it came out like mom. It came out like somebody that is learning how to speak that really can't hear very well. It was really close. And she was looking at mom when she said it. It's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. But I know that there's some people that don't believe that that's possible for a dog to do. That's okay. So right now I'm coloring the grapes. Whoops. I am coloring inside the lines. I am. I don't think I'm going to get this done before the end of the time. So I have one more story that I want to tell you about. One of the types of animals that we had on our farm was sheep. And if you come from a farm that has sheep, you know that lambing time is very busy, but you have baby lambs. Baby lambs are absolutely adorable. They are, I guess you'd say, cuddly, but there's something about them. They're just little innocents, and they make the cutest little baby lamb sounds. So if we ever had a problem with any of the ewes, and we would, there's things that happen where this baby ends up not being fed well. So I got to help bottle feed some of these little lambs. And there is nothing like being in a lambing stall and you've got your heat lamp on. And of course, they have lambs not in the summer, right? Okay. It's a little chilly out. So there's a heat lamp and you're feeding your baby lamb. It's absolutely the best experience ever. When I moved out, my mom every year would try and get me to take a little lamb home. And especially when she actually tried to get me to take a little lamb home, I think before I moved out to the country. But when I moved out to the country, she actually was going to give me one of the bummer lambs. And I had to tell her, Mom, I don't spend that much time working on our place. I don't spend that much time at home. I would be terrible at it because I wouldn't stay home and take care of this little lamb like it should. Or if I did, I would be unhappy because I have other things that I'm doing. But Mom always tried to send me home with a lamb because she said that I love the little lambs and I take really good care of them. Anyway, that's about all that I have for today. I will show you. I didn't get very far. So last time I finished this part over here, the green, and this time I finished most of my grapes. And I think when I get off of this video, I'm going to finish the other part of the grapes because I'm going to forget which colored pencil I have for next time. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time. Bye.